And now, a story from the Appleseed.
People often ask you, where did you learn to tell stories? Well, I probably should write a book. There's a small army of people that helped me learn to tell stories. But one of my very best teachers was my babysitter. Her name was Pam. When I was a little boy, she was in high school. And then when I was in high school, she was my drama teacher. And she taught me the art of storytelling. But she taught by example. Firstly, when I was little, and she would just tell my sister and I tales when my mom and dad would have her babysit. I want to tell you 2 stories that Pam taught me. Once upon a time, there was a wide-mouthed frog. And the wide-mouthed frog sat up on a lily pad, ate flies all day. He'd never been to school, not even kindergarten. He didn't know very much. One day, he decided to hop off of his lily pad and hop into the water and swim over to the bank, and he'd climb up on the big dirt road and hop around the world and see what he could see. So away he went, hopped and plopped and hopped and plopped and hopped and plopped till he stopped. Right there on the side of the road, behind a barbed wire fence, was the strangest thing he'd ever seen. It had 4 big legs, black and white blotches all over it, 2 big horns poking out the front, big long tail hanging off the back, and when he spoke to it, it said, "Moo." "Good morning, Mrs. Cow," said the wide-mouthed frog. The cow said good morning. He'd never talked to a real-life cow before, so he decided to ask her a question. "What do you feed your babies?" Cow thought for a minute, and then she said, "Well, I feed my babies milk." "Oh, that's nice," said the wide-mouthed frog. "Thank you very much." And he hopped away. Hopped and plopped and hopped and plopped and hopped and plopped till he stopped. Right there on the other side of the road behind a split rail fence was another strange-looking thing. It had 4 legs, but it wasn't a cow. Short brown hair all over it, long hair hanging down its neck, and a ponytail drooping off the back. "Good morning, Mrs. Horse. I am the wide-mouthed frog." The horse said good morning. He'd never talked to a real-life horse either, had to ask her the same question. "What do you feed your babies?" Horse thought for a second, and she said, "Well, I feed my babies hay." "Oh, that's nice," said the wide-mouthed frog. "Thank you very much." And he hopped away. Hopped and plopped and hopped and plopped and hopped and plopped till he stopped. Right there in the middle of the road, there was a bump with a head and 2 legs sticking out the front of the bump and a tail and 2 legs sticking out the back of the bump. And it moved very, very slow. "Good morning, Mrs. Turtle. I am the wide-mouthed frog." The turtle said good morning. He'd never stopped long enough to talk to a turtle. Perfect time to ask his question. "What do you feed your babies?" Turtle thought for a minute. Actually, turtles are kind of slow, so she thought for 2 minutes. And finally she said, "Well, I feed my babies worms." Ew. "Oh, that's nice," said the wide-mouthed frog. "Thank you very much." And he hopped away. Hopped and plopped and hopped and plopped and hopped and plopped till he stopped. He stopped at the river, and laying on the riverbank was this big, long, green, humpity-bumpity thing. It had 4 short, stubby legs, a long, pointy tail, and hundreds of snaggle-aggly teeth. "Good morning, Mrs. Alligator. I am the wide-mouthed frog." The alligator said good morning. He'd never stopped to talk to a real-live gator, had to ask his question. "What do you feed your babies?" The alligator smiled a big, toothy grin, and she said, "I feed my babies wide-mouthed frogs." "Oh, that's nice. Thank you very much." And that was the end of that.
Thanks for joining us for a story from the Appleseed.